The Marine Toys for Tots foster care program is bringing hope to children who need it most. Every 2 minutes, a child enters foster care, often with only a small bag of belongings. More than 400,000 children face trauma and uncertainty, many before age 8. This May, during Foster Care Awareness Month, Toys for Tots is creating Room for Joy. In 2025, nearly 375,000 children received comfort through toys, books, and essentials, reminding them they are not alone. Donate now and change a child's life.
Well, who is the finest congressman I know in Long Island? Well, it's Congressman Peter King. 28 years, 29 years, member of Homeland Security, kept our country safe, and a good bro. Well, Peter King, congratulations. You have a new book.
Yeah, John, thank you very much. And you're a noted author yourself among everything else you've done, so you know how it feels. Yeah, the book, basically, it's a memoir, which I was inspired to write by friends, also Detective Melissa Zimmerman, who've been in my security detail, and Rosenfeld, who worked for me for the 28 years I was in Congress. They inspired me to put something together, because I, as a lucky guy, I was a witness to so many important moments in history when I was in Congress. It was a long way from the sidewalks of Sunnyside and St. Albans and Queens to being in the halls of Congress and dealing with President Bush and President Clinton, especially President Clinton during the whole Irish peace process.
And how many presidents have you served with?
Well, actually a brief period under Bush 41, but then under Bill Clinton, under Bush 43, under Barack Obama. I'm using track here. Barack Obama, and then, of course, Donald Trump. And I actually, Joe Biden came in right as I was leaving. So I guess what was it, after five presidents? 2 Bushes, Clinton, Obama, and Trump.
That's a lot of presidents.
Yeah, it is, and I would say probably.
I'm not gonna get you in trouble and ask you your favorite.
Yeah, I mean, all of them had probably the one who I had the least dealings with was President Obama. He was more of a loner, but I had a very close relationship with President Bush, especially after 9/11. I saw the work that he did up close, what he did to bring back the city and the country. Obviously, with Bill Clinton on many different issues, including I opposed his impeachment. But I certainly admired. I saw what he did up close on the Irish peace process. That was an 800-year war, which he was able to bring to a successful conclusion. It's a peace that's lasted all these years and actually gets stronger all the time. And then, of course, President Trump. He always says he and I were 2 guys from Queens who made it to Washington. Of course, he came from a slightly more important neighborhood than mine, Jamaica Estates compared to Sunnyside. But having said that, I had a very good working relationship with him, and we've remained friends since then. So it's been, as far as President Obama, I get along with him, and he really wasn't the warm and cuddly type. Bill Clinton, I saw him just a few months ago, and again, it's always great being with him. President Bush, I have contact with him. So, no, it's all been great. In fact, the title of the book, John, is called The Road to God Knows Where. It's from an Irish folk song, basically, is that, I had no game plan. People talk about a career. I never planned on a career. My thing was doing what I could do to the extent I could as it went along, but I never really planned much beyond, the next month or so. I mean, I worked my way. I was at St. Francis College in Brooklyn. I worked full-time at the Railway Express freight yards during that time. My father was a NYPD lieutenant. Again, we grew up in Sunnyside, Queens, then St. Albans. And then I got accepted. Somehow I got accepted to Notre Dame Law School. I didn't expect it at all. And there I met my wife, Rosemary. Then from there, I just started working, got involved in local politics here in Nassau County with Al D'Amato and Joe Margiotta. And things opened up. One thing led to another. And before I knew it, I was sitting in the halls of Congress. And none of it was planned more than a few weeks in advance. Yet I guess it's all part of a unwritten plan. If you look at it, somebody was planning it up above, I guess. But and so anyway, the road to God knows where. You don't know where you're going, but you just keep going till you get there. And I ended up in Congress, and then also after I left Congress, good people like you have good enough to hire me, give me a chance. I love being on WABC radio, being with all of you, and even getting along with Sid Rosenberg these days. As difficult as that can be at times. He and I have actually run a show every Wednesday morning, and it's great. And as you know, working with you and others, we really get to meet fascinating people, and you realize that whatever you've done, the real story is not what you or I have done individually, even though you've done a great deal, but it's the experiences of dealing with so many different type people, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the people who are just great people, maybe don't get the credit they deserve, others who get too much credit, but just, again, be able to be around people like Rudy Giuliani, to be around people like Ray Kelly and Bill Bratton, people like that, and to see the struggles of what they've done to try to keep New York safe. Mike Bloomberg, I can go through the list. And then, of course, with 9/11, John, all the dealings we've had with 9/11 victims and their families. And now trying to save New York City. I'm trying to elect Bruce Blakeman governor. Jeanine Driscoll in Nassau County to the United States Congress, working with Joe Cairo to make the National Republican Party really emblematic for the entire state. Is how we can have strong, good government again. So anyway, it's been a great life. It's been a great experience. And when I was on 44th Street and down the block from Sunnyside Garden and next to the Celtic Cafe bar, I never thought I'd end up in Congress. I never thought I'd be dealing with billionaires like John Catsimatidis or being on a radio and having access to that type of forum. So it's been a great life. I wanted to get it down and written, and I wrote 210,000 words, got it down to 140,000 words. Now I've given it to an editor, Peter King, who's really a great guy. He's got a great record.
And where can you buy the book?
Well, we have to get published. He's editing it down. We're going to be dealing with publishers. We're hoping we can have a deal closed, within a few months. And John, you'll be the first to know. And if you can give me a book party in there, WABC.
WABC will be the first one to give you a book party. I look forward to listening to it because I listen to a lot of books. I look forward to reading it. And thank you for everything you've done for America. And a happy Mother's Day to Rosemary, too.
Thank you, John.
Roger Stone here. Every day you wait, your money loses value, but gold and silver don't follow those same rules. American Sovereign Bullion gives you access to a nationwide wholesaler network, helping you secure aggressive pricing on real physical metals. Call 844-272-2428 now to get your free gold and silver guide to learn how to protect your wealth with physical gold and silver, delivered right to your door or with a gold IRA. Visit asbgold.com. That's asbgold.com for your free gold and silver guide today.